So good morning. If you're just joining us, today we're looking at a quick recap on the goals that we all, agreed to set at the beginning of the year. So let's look at it. We said, our goals have got to be smart. They've got to be specific. They've got to be measurable. They've got to be achievable. They've got to be relevant, and they've got to be time-based. So whether you're here now and you've already set those goals and they are smart, brilliant. But maybe you're just joining and, you don't really know what we're talking about. So we're talking about goals for this year, 2024. What are some of the goals that you have set? Have you been specific with your goals? Have you made sure that, it's measurable? So this is one of the measures that we're going to put in place to make sure that, okay, after every 3 months, we go back and, on the platform, we talk about it. How have you, managed to maybe achieve your goals? What are some of the pitfalls you've encountered? And we're just going to look at it that way. So what we said at the beginning of the year was, please make sure you have it written down. So if you're just joining, please make sure you've got it written down somewhere. If you're, a techie person, you might want it written on your device, but if you're not, that's fine. Just get a notebook and write it down. Okay, write down your goals. They don't have to be too many, but whatever the case is, just make sure you write something down. There might be professional goals. There might be your goals as a mother. There might be your goals as a wife. There might be your goals as, a Christian. It might be to do with your spiritual growth. It might be, okay, you know what? I want to study the Bible this year. How am I going to go about it? I'm going to go, however you're going to do it. So make sure your goals are smart. They're specific. They're measurable. They're achievable. This one, you're not comparing notes with anybody. It is your personal goal. They're achievable. They're relevant. So if I, for example, now want to say I want to go and study towards something that I am not in line with, you can say that that's not relevant to my purpose. So, and it's also time-based. I can't just say, well, by the end of the year, I want to have done this. No, by the end of 3 months, what do I want to have achieved? But while we're setting these goals, we've also got to come to realize that there are going to be obstacles to some of these goals that, we want to achieve. Now, I'm going to just run through, some of these obstacles so that you are aware. And when these things start flagging up, you know exactly what to do. So fear of failure, or what if I don't achieve these goals that I have set? That's an obstacle, so get rid of it. Lack of creativity, procrastination, perfectionism. You want to make, I want to make sure all my I's are dotted, all my T's are crossed. Sometimes you just have to keep on going. Okay, so what about low motivation, negative thinking, excuses, distraction, managing expectations? How are your expectations? What have you set and how are you managing them? Comparison. Remember, I said it's a personal goal, so please don't start looking at what has this person done, what has this person not done. It's a personal goal. Worrying about what others would think. Leave what others would think and just get on with what you have to do. Don't give up. So giving up is also an obstacle. Lack of guidance. You want to do it, you don't know how to go about it. That it could also be an obstacle. Lack of planning. When you do, there's that saying, when you plan to fail, you fail to plan. Or when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. No, we don't want failure at all. What about time management? One of the things with the SMART goal is the time. So how is your time management? Maybe you want to do a course. The course is going to take you so long. You have to study so long. What are you doing? Hope you're not wasting time. If this is your goal, how are you managing your time? Self-doubt could be another obstacle. I don't even think I can do it. You begin to doubt yourself. All the abilities that God has deposited in you, you begin to doubt. I don't know whether I can. I don't know. No, don't doubt yourself. Inferiority complex, low self-esteem, lack of clarity. Maybe you have set this goal, but you're not clear about it. You're not sure. That could also be an obstacle. So you need to make sure you're very, very clear with the goals that you're setting. Lack of knowledge, negative environment, maybe the people you surround yourself with, maybe the network, of the people around you are people that think, why are you trying to, who are you trying to impress? And everything is negative talk, negative talk, negative talk. Please, you don't want that because you want to achieve your goals. So what do? You find the right people, the people that would, support you, the people that would encourage you, the people that will ask you, how are you doing? How are you getting on? Are there any struggles? Can I help? You know, sometimes it might not even be the person's field, but the person might still be able to help. The help might just be words of encouragement. So I'm not saying, you know, the person is going to maybe take you through the whole thing, but there might just be words of encouragement. Please don't give up. Hang in there. Keep, keep at it. Okay. So get you away from negative environments. Okay. Now, another obstacle could be not wanting to move out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're in a job, you've been doing it, you're so comfortable, everything is just, the way you want it to be. You don't want to push yourself. So that could also be an obstacle, believe it or not. Okay, feeling unworthy. We talked about imposter syndrome a while ago. Feeling unworthy. Oh, I don't think it's someone like me that should be doing something like this. No, challenge yourself, push yourself, and just watch yourself, achieve these purposes that, you have set out to achieve. What about celebrating yourself too early? I'm not against you celebrating yourself, but are you doing it too early? You haven't accomplished anything yet. You're already shouting and, jumping about it. Calm down, achieve what you have set out to achieve, and then your celebration would be more appropriate. What about laziness? What about laziness? What about, impatience? You want to achieve it. In fact, it should have been achieved 2 years ago. And then instead of taking your time to go through it, what are you doing? You're being impatient. No. Success, requires a bit of patience as well. So we've looked at all those, we've looked at, setting our goals. We've got to make sure that they are smart. We've also looked at, some of the obstacles that we might encounter. So as I'm going through, as I went through all those obstacles, I don't know if any resonated with you. What are you doing about it? Okay, do you need to seek help? Do you need professional help? What do you need, maybe someone to counsel you, someone to, just tell you, no, that's not the way you should go about it. Are you seeking help? Are you getting the supports that you require? Okay, so all these are very, very important. So how do you then stay motivated? We've come to the, to the end of the third month in the year 2024. How are you going to make sure you stay motivated to reach the goals that you set out at the beginning of the year? How are you going to make sure you stay motivated? First and foremost, let your goal remain clear in your mind. Don't lose focus. Let your goal remain clear in your mind. Don't lose focus. So whatever it is that you have set out to do this year, 2024, let it remain clear in your mind. No matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, let it remain clear in your mind. Don't lose focus. Okay? Don't lose focus. Remain inspired. So still, going with, ways to stay motivated. Remain inspired. Have a beautiful picture of what the end result will be. For example, maybe, you are writing an exam or you are in the process of sitting an exam. Can you think of how success would be when you get that result? So begin to look at the end result from now. Okay. What about maybe, at the beginning of the year, a lot of people want to lose weight. They want to do this. They want to do that. So what have you done about it? What are you doing about it? Maybe you're not losing it as fast as you think you're going to, but you're still losing something. So hang in there. Remember, remain inspired. Your goal is not my goal. What I want to achieve is not what you want to achieve. So stay on your lane and carry on moving. What about maybe it's your spiritual growth? Maybe you've decided this year I want to know God more. I want to have a closer walk with God. So what are you doing about it? It's not just going to happen like that. You have to, put your fingers out and do something about it. So what are you doing about it? Or maybe it's even at work. Maybe you want a professional, a career lift. What are you doing? How are you applying yourself? What exactly are the things that you're doing to make sure that, by maybe summer this year, by maybe June this year, I want to have achieved this at work, but you're not doing anything about it. It's not too late to get started. So remain inspired, okay? Have a beautiful picture of what the end result would be like. Share your goals and be accountable to someone. We said this at the beginning of the year. Share your goals and be accountable to someone. Obviously, someone you can trust, someone that would encourage you, someone that that would support you. Share your goals with them. This is what I want to try and achieve. Okay, let's go back to, maybe your professional field. Maybe there's a colleague, an older colleague, and you can see the way they've gone, you kind of like the path they've, gone through. What are you doing about it? Are you saying, oh, I don't want them to know what I'm doing? No, Go and ask them for help. Ask them, can you put me through? Can you just show me? Don't, sometimes not asking for help is actually a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of strength. So don't say, oh, I'm just trying to be courageous. I'm just trying to, do it in my own way. Yes, you can do it in your own way, but nothing stops you from seeking and getting help that might be required for you to move on. So share your goals and be accountable to someone that would say, how are you getting on? How is it going? I hope, you're on the right path. And then before you know what is happening, you begin to achieve your goal. Surround yourself with supportive people. No man is an island. If you don't support yourself with the right people, you're going to get sucked into what you don't want to get sucked into. So surround yourself with supportive people, okay? Keep a seat, no matter how small. Keep at it, no matter how small. No matter how small it feels you're doing, no matter how small it feels, I don't even know, we're already in April now, but I've only been able to do something small. Please keep at it. When you keep at it, do you know what happens? Before you realize what is going on, all those small achievements now becomes big because they keep adding up. But imagine, okay, we're now in April and you're already thinking of giving up. How are you then going to, by June, how are you going to be able to say, this is what I've been able to accomplish? This is what I've been able to achieve. So whatever it is, keep at it. The same thing we tell children, the same things we tell young people, don't give up, keep at it, keep going. These are the same things that we should be telling ourselves as well. So no matter what the situation is, keep at it, even if you're just making small progress. Please do keep at it. Keep a record of your achievements and even the pitfalls. What are some of the things that you did that you thought, oh my goodness, I should never have done that? Well, when you know them, you keep a record of them, then you're not going to do them again. You are not going to make the same mistake. But if you don't keep a record, then you're going to be asking, I don't even know what I did then that, messed things up. Then before you know, you're falling into that trap again. So keep a record of your achievements. Do you know what that does for you? When you keep a record of your achievements, okay, so maybe at the beginning of the year, you wrote down your goals and you're just going through wherever it is, you wrote it down and you're thinking, oh, I said I was going to do this. I said I was going to do that. I said I was going to do the other. Before you know what is happening, keeping that, record of achievement, you go, oh, I've been able to accomplish this. Wow, I've been able to accomplish that. That just, motivates you from the inside and you want to do more. You want to do more. There is no way by the beginning of April now, if you're looking at what you wrote down at the beginning of the year in January, and you're thinking, I've been able to accomplish this, I've been able to accomplish that, you're going to be filled with so much strength, you're going to be filled with so much energy that you want to do more, you want to carry on going. But if you don't keep a record, I'm telling you this, I'm telling this from personal experience as well. If you don't keep a record, things are just going to happen and you don't have a reference point. I started a diary just, like I said at the beginning of the year, and I was looking at it a couple of weeks ago and I'm like, whoa, I've been able to do that. I've been able to accomplish this. I've been able to accomplish that. Why? Because I wrote them down. Why? Because I made myself accountable to people, to say, okay, these are the things that I want to do. If I am not getting them done, please just give me that nudge, that quick reminder. So I have people around me that are supporting me. If you need a break, take one. If you need a break, take one. Sometimes things become a bit too overwhelming. Don't, just say, well, I'm just going to carry on. I'm just going to carry on. If you need a break, please feel free to take one. But let your break be that you're using that time to re-energize yourself, to re-strategize, and to refocus. Don't let it be, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a break and that's it. I'm not doing anymore. No. Maybe things are not going the way you want them to go. Go back to the drawing board. Ask yourself, how can I get this thing better? Maybe the people that I'm talking to are not the ones I should be talking to. So what do? I change the network. Remember, it is your goal. You want to be the one that wants to accomplish something. And I have to end with this one. Stay away from every form of distraction. Stay away from every form of distraction. We've looked at distractions and we've mentioned quite a lot of them. I'm sure, there are so many there. Stay away from distraction. Remain focused on what you want to achieve. So in finishing, I'm going to read this scripture out to us. I'm going to be reading from Philippians chapter 3, and I'm going to be reading verses 15 and 16. I like the way it puts it in the Message translation, but please feel free to read from any translation that you're comfortable with. So Philippians 3, verse 15 and 16 says, so let's keep focused on that goal. Those of us who want everything God has for us. So if you believe God has this for you, God has sorted this out for you, then remain focused on it, and you would see that you begin to achieve whatever it is that you have proposed in your heart to achieve. If any of you have something else in mind, something else than total commitment, God will clear your blurred vision. You will see it yet. Now that we are on the right track, let's stay on it. Now that we're on the right track, let's stay on it. So if I take the first, few lines and the last few lines, so let's keep focused on that goal. Now that we are on the right track, let's stay on it. I've read from the Message translation. Please, like I said, read from any translation that you're comfortable with. Now that you're on that right track, let's stay on it. No matter how small it is, at least you're making the right steps in the right direction. So keep at it, keep going, keep going. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and keep going. Some goals might be too, you might think, I don't even want to share this with anybody, but you can share it with God, can't you? So let God lead you, and let God continue to take you along that path. And like I said, keep a record. Go back from time to time and see yourself. Am I in line? Am I doing exactly what I've said I'm going to do? Or am I falling short? If you're falling short, go back to the drawing board. Don't be afraid to start again. It is better, you're not doing it right and you start again than giving it up. Don't give up. Okay? Don't give up. So those are, the few things that I just want to discuss with us on our goals, for this year 2024. For this year 2024. So please don't forget the scripture, Philippians chapter 3, verses 15 and 16. Okay. So thank you very much.